the day, the runners will move down, and so now a couple of runners on base on the I'm going to give that error more to Schultz there for that ball just going off his glove. And Andrew Wixom swings through the first pitch. It's no balls and a strike. The wind picks up here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Wixom will stand in here with runners on second and third. Another opportunity for Maple Mountain to cash in. They did a good job with runners in scoring position in the first. Wollaston comes home. That pitch swung out and missed, and it's no balls and 2 strikes to count on to Andrew Wixom. Set, ready to go. The right-hander kicks and delivers home the pitch. Wixom swings and fouls that one away. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to count, as heading out will be Jake Herman to have a quick word with his right-handed pitcher. An early opportunity here for Maple Mountain. We're tied at 2 in the top of the second inning at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, where right now it's an elimination game at the state tournament. The Woods Cross Wildcats able to beat the region rival Bountiful earlier to stay alive. There will be a new state champion in 4A. That one misses away for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Woods Cross putting up 11 runs on Bountiful today. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. The right-hander getting ready to work on the mound. Wollaston looks in and delivers home. That pitch swung on and popped up. It's going to go over towards the third baseline, but it's going to go and just kind of hit off the cement there on the berm. One of the Woods Cross, about 3 or 4, I think they're members of the Woods Cross baseball team sitting up on the left field berm there, just kind of slid on down to the bottom to pick up the baseball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Going back up onto the mound is Parker Wollaston. Wollaston's played in right field the last couple of times these two teams have played. Or the last couple of times I've seen Orem play. That pitch comes in. Wixom grounds that one through the right side for a base hit. 1 run is in. Being waved home is Sam Moore. The throw, though, comes in, and Moore's going to quickly put on the brakes. Tyson Ellis scores. It's 3-2 Maple Mountain. Sam Moore did the right thing there, quickly putting on the brakes as Zach Lamoureux in right field made just a bullet throw into Paxton Schultz, and Schultz had the baseball, and that keeps the run home as Cannon Miner coming up to the plate. He'll call time and go down and have a quick conversation with the head coach, Gary Miner, down in the third base coaching box. Cannon Miner with very good speed. You have to kind of wonder here if maybe a squeeze play won't be on. Although I don't know if you'd really want to do that with nobody out. The pitch to Cannon Miner, he takes that one low for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Running over to first is Andrew Wixom. Wixom with kind of decent, maybe good speed at first base. We'll see here if Wixom maybe tries to take second base. The 1-0 pitch on its way, breaking ball, and Miner swings and fouls it away. And the count evens now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Be a very good representation from Region 8 here tonight. Maple Mountain playing in this one, Spanish Fork in the next game, and then Salem Hills plays the late game here tonight. The 1-1 and the throw over, and Andrew Wixom dives back safely. 3 of the 4 teams in Region 8 still alive for the state championship. But Maple Mountain right now trying to hold off being eliminated. The 1-1 pitch on its way. That one swung on by Miner, hit pretty well out to left. Going back is Gavin Gray. He'll get there, tagging at third, and Sam Moore is going to come in to score. It's 4-2 Maple Mountain. So that will get the job done if you're Cannon Miner. Credit him with an RBI on the sacrifice fly. Doesn't have to do much there, just the fly ball of the outfield gets the run home, and Miner put a pretty good swing on it, and a good throw in from Gavin Gray, but unfortunately hit a little too deep, and combined that with good speed from Sam Moore, and is able to get the run home. Back to the top lineup, Colton Hamilton, 1 for 1 today with a single. He's going to bounce that one to short. Hayden Young's going to fall, quickly get it. They're going to get Wixom, as Wixom almost slid in there. Hayden Young, when he fielded it, kind of slipped and then had to quickly flip it over to Fisher Hermanson, and when he did, they were just barely able to get it there in time to get Andrew Wixom. as we see there on the Car Guys instant replay. So with 2 outs, Colton Hamilton aboard for Cade Polson. Polson 1 for 1 today, had a single, and then came around to score the second run of that first inning. That one right in there on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Maple Mountain scoring 2 in the top of the first, and they've added to that here in the second, scoring 2. They lead this one 4-2 on the Orem Tigers. As the 0-1 pitch about to come home, Wollaston comes. That one blocked in the dirt. A good block by Jake Herman, and the count evens now at 1-1 strike. Cade Polson had quite the basketball season for Maple Mountain. Had an all-region and all-state season. 2 balls and no strikes the count. The right-hander set, ready to go. Wollaston looks on the mound from the stretch and comes home. That pitch bounced in there. Good block, ball 2, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. The scoreboard here at Brent Brown Ballpark is saying 3-0, and it is 2-1. Our home plate umpire will flash up 2 balls and 1 strike, because I think the Orem head coach popped out of the dugout to say, hey, this is the count 2-1, and it is. The 2-1 pitch, that one misses low, ball 3. It's 3 balls and a strike on Cade Polson. So now a very good hitter's count if you're Polson, as there's probably a good chance you're going to see a fastball here, and we'll see here just exactly what's about to come. 3 balls and a strike. Ready to go. The 3-1 pitch. That one swung on by Polson, hit hard but right at short. Hayden Young underhand tosses to Hermanson, covering the bag, and the second inning comes to an end. But the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles score 2. We head to the bottom of the second at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. It's Maple Mountain 4 and Orem 2. You're watching State Tournament Baseball. It's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17.
At Curves, we know there's a part of you that's unshakable, another part that's unbelievable, and so many parts that are unstoppable. You've inspired us to add exciting new classes to our one-of-a-kind circuit. From classes that target your core, balance, and flexibility, to Jillian Michaels' total body workouts, the new Curves strengthens every part of every woman. Curves, strengthening women inside and out. Join today for 50% off our enrollment fee. Visit curves.com for details.
Bottom of the second inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. A doubleheader of baseball for the city of Spanish Fork today. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Orem Tigers, the Spanish Fork Dons against the Mountain Crest Mustangs. To follow us here in the next ball game, some softball going on. We'll try to keep you updated on the softball scores as Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork as well, both those softball teams at the softball state tournament. So we'll try to see throughout the day if we can get scores for those games as well. But right now, the bottom of the second inning, it's going to be Parker Wollaston to stand in and lead it off. Sawyer Baum starts it off with a breaking ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes the count. Wollaston quickly takes a step out of the box. Now he'll step back in. Sawyer Baum ready to go to work again. The 1-0 pitch. Baum kicks and comes home, and that pitch just off the plate for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. It's ready to go again as the 2-0 pitch coming home, and that pitch bounces in, ball 3. It's 3 balls and no strikes to count. On the leadoff hitter will be Parker Wollaston, Gavin Gray, Jake Stainer coming up. As the 3-0 pitch misses, ball 4, and Parker Wollaston's on to open up the second inning. So for Orem, similar to Maple Mountain, that first inning they got a leadoff single from Fisher Hermanson, and Hermanson came around to score. So that leadoff man worked well to get on base there as well. as Gavin Gray, the left fielder, will stand in. Gray made a good throw in on the sacrifice fly in the top of the second inning. Just wasn't going to get the runner, and that pitch swung on and hit well out to left field. Hall going back pretty well, but he's going to get there and make the catch on the edge of the warning track. The relay throw coming in as retreating back to first base will be Jake Stainer. So with one out, Jake Stainer's coming up to bat. That was Parker Wollaston, the pitcher, coming back to the bag. So now Jake Stainer's going to come to the plate. Stainer, we've seen him at third base for the Tigers, not having the best defensive day, but he'll see here if he can redeem himself offensively here for the Tigers. 4-2 lead for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, bottom of the second inning. And Sawyer Baum, the bunt laid down, almost popped right up, bunted hard. Moore goes to Polston for one, and I thought they might have a shot at the relay throw, but there Maple Mountain content just to take the lead runner as Stainer just kind of bunted that one just a little too hard, but he does reach base. But the idea there of the sacrifice bunt doesn't happen as Parker Wollaston's cut down at second base. So with 2 outs, it's going to be Fisher Hermanson. Hermanson had a single back in the first inning, and he came around to score for the Orem Tigers. Sawyer Baum working from the stretch here, getting his lead over at first is Stainer. The pitch on its way, Hermanson fouls it back, and it's no balls and a strike. No balls and 1 strike the count here on Fisher Hermanson. Hermanson, a open stance, that front foot kind of pulled more towards right field. Sawyer Baum will take a step off the mound here. And the runner will head back to first base as you see Jake Stainer there being held on by Mitch Holmes. The 0-1 pitch, that pitch fouled away. Back over as it hits off the metal roof and will roll back onto the entryway here to the ballpark. The main entrance sits down the left field line here as so people come in down that left field line and file into the ballpark. As it hasn't been too bad of weather today, sunny, although some dark clouds beginning to build off in the vicinity. But hopefully those will stay away and we can play baseball today. The 0-2 pitch about ready to come home. Baum comes home, breaking ball, fouled away as it was Jake Stainer who was taken off at first base. He'll have to go back to first base. Orem trailed 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning and found a way to get 2 runs back to tie the ball game. As they're looking to try to see here what they can do to kind of get everything ready to go. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball. That one just never broke back over the plate. Just kind of stayed up, and when it did, it went out of the strike zone for ball 2, and the count evens at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Fisher Hermanson. Spanish Fork sitting just here on the other side of the Woods Cross Wildcats. As I think we have 3 or 4 teams still here. As the pickoff move, diving back is Jake Stainer. As everybody gets ready to go. This was supposed to be game 2 of the day here at Brent Brown Ballpark, but some scheduling changes had the schedule kind of moved. There's Hermanson. He's going to drop that one into center field for a base hit. Stainer's going to go to third. Hall with a quick snap throw. They almost got him. Pickoff throw back to first, and diving head first is Fisher Hermanson. Jaron Hall made that throw kind of off balance and just kind of flung it out there to center field, just kind of with that slight flick of the wrist. He really looked more like a quarterback there out of the pocket, kind of just throwing as he leaps, and actually put a really good throw on to third base, but it was just a little bit offline. And so another hit here continues the inning. A third hit for the Orem Tigers of the ball game. Jake Stainer able to hurry down to third. And now we have a couple of men on, and that's going to bring up Zach Lamoureux. Lamoureux 1 for 1. He reached on an error, just kind of chopped one on the infield grass that just took a bad hop on Sam Moore and went off his knee, is what it looked like on the replay anyway. So with 2 outs, the first pitch on its way. Lamoureux takes that one on the inside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Paxton Schultz in the on-deck circle for Orem. Sawyer Baum trying to get that final out here. This is not a situation you want to bring Schultz up with. Baum kind of takes a step over to third, looks back to first, and trying to keep Fisher Hermanson close. As Hermanson might try to go in this situation. That pitch low, good block by Moffey, as Jake does a great job there of keeping that pitch in front of him. Moves the count to 1-1 strike, the count here on Zach Lamoureux. Lamoureux's been a staple in that number 2 spot for Orem, as they're playing right in their backyard. The 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled straight back to the screen. It's 1-2 strikes. So a good situation here for the Tigers, trying to just find their way to get back in and get a run or two here to try to tie this ball game up. They did that in the bottom of the first inning to tie the ball game. They have the tying runs out there again. Sawyer Baum looking for that final strike. That one's hit hard and right into the Orem dugout. It sends a couple Tigers diving for the benches there, but goes foul, and Fisher Hermanson will retreat. Wes Childs was throwing down in the Golden Eagle bullpen. I don't see him down there anymore. 1-2 strikes the count. Baum looks in, gets the sign from Jake Moffey. Takes the look over at third and comes home. And that pitch swung on, fouled away. That one will go back onto the entryway. And it's going to be another 1-2 strike count coming here to Zach Lamoureux. So Lamoureux's done a good job of staying in there, working the count, taking pitches, fouling pitches off, and just kind of finding a way to continue the at-bat and make Sawyer Baum go a little bit deeper in his pitch count. Up the middle, runners on at the corners, up the middle. Polson and Hamilton playing maybe about a step or so back. And the pitch, that one blocked in there. It gets away from Moffey. Putting his head down and coming in to score is Jake Stainer. It's a 4-3 game as Hermanson moves up to second base. So it's one thing if they get a hit, and there's nothing much you can do about it there, but when the pitch gets away from Jake Moffey, the run's able to score, and now you put the tying run in scoring position. Zach Lamoureux reached on an error, stands in now. He's got the count back to even. 2-2 strikes the count. Sawyer Baum working here from the stretch. Moffey gets the sign from the Maple Mountain dugout and now looks out, gives it to Baum. The pitch on its way. Lamoureux swings, grounds it to second. Colton Hamilton is there. He'll field it, and his throw's in time, and the second inning comes to an end. So the Orem Tigers do get one back at the end of 2 complete from Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. It's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 4, the Orem Tigers 3. You're watching the 2015 Class 4A Utah State Baseball Tournament here on Spanish Fork 17.
My name is Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. Maple Creek provides care for those facing a life-limiting illness in the comfort of their own home. Assessing someone's situation and their specific disease and the medications that's required takes experience. We at Maple Creek have that experience. Medicare pays 100% for all hospice services. There are no complicated forms for you to fill out. If you or a loved one are facing a terminal illness, give us a call or visit our website.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah, a 4th-generation member of the Painter Motor family. Here at Painter Motor, we offer a wide range of GM makes and models. We pride ourselves in customer quality and competitive pricing. Come on down to our showroom at 1100 North Main Street in Nephi, Utah, or visit our website at www.paintermotor.com. No pressure, no hassle. We'll help you find your dream car.
Top of the 3rd inning starting here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. Head coach Gary Miner making his way into the third base coaching box where his Golden Eagles today have had some good success offensively. Just have had a hard time keeping the Orem Tigers at bay. Parker Wollaston will get ready to go back to work here, and he will get 3, 4, and 5. Not an easy part of the lineup to deal with as Jaron Hall will stand in. Hall doesn't have an official at bat with the sacrifice bunt that he laid down back in the first inning. It doesn't go down as an official at bat. And the first pitch on its way to Hall is a pitch that hits on the outside corner, no balls and a strike. I say it doesn't go down as an official at bat. It won't count against Hall's batting average. So it's like the at bat never happened. The 0-1 pitch misses low and away, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. So different things like, a hit like a double, a triple, a home run, a single. You take that number, divide it by the number of times you're at the plate, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So here, if he gets a base hit, he'll be 1 for 1, which would be batting 1,000. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. The kick and the delivery on its way. That one high and tight for a ball, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So over the course of the season, they compile, I had 31 hits, and they divide that by the number of times he hit at the plate, and there, that ball's driven deep to left field. Send it back, Gavin Gray. Goodbye, baseball. A solo shot for Jaron Hall, and it's a 5-3 lead for Maple Mountain. So Jaron Hall's batting 1,000 here in the game with that hit. He's 1 for 1, and a solo shot that went deep up onto the berm, as we'll see that on the Car Guys instant replay. Just a pitch that caught nothing but the plate down the middle, and that ball was crushed there out to left field. It's 305 directly down the line and then kind of jets out. And that shot probably somewhere between, 325, 330 maybe. I don't know. That's just a rough estimate. Jake Maffey will get ready to step up to the plate as a quick visit goes out here by Orem, as Maffey will come up. The bats have woken up for the Golden Eagles today. Parker Wollaston, the pitcher, ready to go again. Maffey going to step in the batter's box here. Jake Maffey gets deep in the box. Now he'll step out as they toss a baseball over to the Maple Mountain dugout. As Jaron Hall just turned on that one. I mean, there is no doubt about that one off the bat. Breaking pitch, misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Jake Maffey. There's just sometimes you can tell the sound of the ball off the bat, and you can just kind of see when it flies that ball is going to be out of here, and that one was pretty well off the bat. That one coming in, Cade Young is under it. He'll reach up and make the play. And there's 1 out here in the 3rd inning on the fly out by Jake Maffey. So with 1 out, Mitch Holmes is going to come to the plate. Holmes on the day reached on an error by Jake Stainer, and then on the throw kind of kicked away from Paxton Schultz. And when that happened, Schultz, as the first pitch comes inside for a called strike, on the throw, kind of Holmes bumped Schultz a little bit there, and Holmes went down to second base. When that happened, they called Holmes back and sent him back to first base. Called kind of a runner's interference sort of a thing, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So when that happened, they moved Holmes back to first, and then Holmes tried to steal second base and got caught stealing. The 1-1 pitch, Parker Wollaston comes in. That one misses low for a ball, and the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Parker Wollaston here, set, ready to go. Kicks and comes home. That pitch high and tight, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Jake Herman there, ball just kind of popped out of his glove. Not a huge deal when there's no runners on base, but once the runners get on base, that's when that could become a pretty big deal. So 3 balls and a strike as that pitch swung on by Holmes and grounded to short. Fielded by Hayden Young. His throw to first is in time, and 2 outs. So after the home run by Jaron Hall, Parker Wollaston has settled back in to get the next couple of ground outs, as that was a good contact made there by Mitch Holmes. Just hit a ground ball, and really the ground ball just went right at somebody, as we see there on the Car Guys instant replay. And with 2 outs, the first pitch over for a called strike to Tyson Ellis. We thank the Car Guys for sponsoring the instant replay here on Spanish Fork 17 all throughout our baseball season. 0-1 pitch, swung out and missed by Ellis. It's no balls and 2 strikes to count. as it's starting to rain here at the ballpark. All of a sudden, kind of similar to yesterday, as Ellis pops that one up. It's going to be in play, going back out, Fisher Hermanson. He's going to range back and make the catch, and the third inning comes to an end. But Jaron Hall must have brought the rain with the solo shot to left. As we move to the bottom of the third inning, it's Maple Mountain 5, Orem 3, thanks to the solo shot there by Jaron Hall. Maple Mountain on top here on Spanish Fork 17.
Here at Drockton & Bullion & Coin, we are here for all of your gold and silver needs. We sell silver rounds, highest quality, highest purity, and you don't have to worry about whether they're certified because they are. We also sell collectible gold coins, gold bullion, Morgan silver dollars, our specialty silver rounds like this baseball. Everything you could think about is available through Drockton Bullion & Coin right here in Spanish Fork.
Fresh cut lettuce, perfectly sized vegetables, all the things you need for a fine salad. Fresh baked breads and pastries, cinnamon rolls to drool for, home-styled sandwiches that will please any appetite. Is this some new gourmet restaurant in town? Nope, it's all right here at the Dugout. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Dugout hits a home run. The Dugout, located next to the ballpark and the fairgrounds in Spanish Fork.
Bottom half of the third inning here on Spanish Fork 17. We want to thank the Car Guys for sponsoring the Car Guys Instant Replay and MVP Sports for sponsoring the MVP of the game. We thank those two sponsors for help making this broadcast possible. As a rain shower passes by, the umbrellas and the raincoats come out as Sawyer Baum throws the first pitch here to Paxton Schultz. There's a breaking ball. It's lined hard, and Mitch Holmes right there throws up the glove, and there's one away. That ball was hit hard off the bat of Paxton Schultz. He got around that pitch, but as we'll see on the Car Guys Instant Replay, that ball was just lined right at somebody. As Andy, our producer, does a nice job of slowing that one down for us to see that in slow-mo. So with one out, catcher Jake Herman stands in. First pitch on the way, and Herman pops that one high up. Colton Hamilton coming out. Andrew Wixom will come in, though, from right. He'll make the play. And 2 pitches, 2 outs here for Sawyer Baum. Can't ask for a better way to start the inning than just getting a couple of to get the 2 pitches and the 2 outs. And Cade Young comes up to the plate. Young's 0 for 1. Went down on strikeout. Says he went down swinging back at the end of the first. A breaking ball right on the outside corner. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike to count. 5-3 Maple Mountain, bottom of the third inning. Golden Eagles trying to live another day. The 0-1 pitch is right on the outside corner for a ball, and it evens the count at 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Spanish Fork, the Dons to follow. They'll be taking on the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Breaking ball sits high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Spanish Fork will be the visiting team in that one. As that pitch swung out and missed, Cade Young couldn't quite get to that one on the outside corner, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mountain Crest seated right on the kind of right underneath the press area there. As the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball bounces in, ball 3, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count here on Cade Young. Hayden Young in the on-deck circle if the inning should continue. Baum ready to go on the mound, kicks and delivers home the pitch. That one swung on and grounded right back to the pitcher. Baum fields it, his throw to first is in time, and a 1-2-3 inning for Sawyer Baum, much needed. And he's pitching with the lead right now at the end of 3 from Brent Brown Ballpark. It's Maple Mountain 5 and the Orem Tigers 3 as Sawyer Baum goes 1-2-3 for the first time in this one. And right now, Maple Mountain with the lead on Spanish Fork 17.
Hey, do you know someone who needs cheering up? This design is a cheerful arrangement of hot pink carnations, lime green spider mums, pink alstroemeria, and purple accent flowers with a mixed green base. This is a cheerful arrangement for any occasion. This design is a topiary of alstroemeria in orange and yellow with cute Gravera daisies and a mixed green base.
Carrie's Designs Floral is located at 245 South Main in Spanish Fork.
Hey, do you know
Life, Medicare, and health insurance can certainly be a confusing mess. At the Health Insurance Center, we will help you understand your options and provide for you the highest quality plans available, along with some of the lowest rates in the state. We want to create long-lasting relationships, so you will always know the best options for your changing health care needs. Contact John at 801-400-6473 or visit our website for more information.
Top of the fourth inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles coming up. Sam Moore, Andrew Wixom, Cannon Miner due up here for Maple Mountain, wearing their maroon tops today. And the first pitch, a breaking ball. It sits right on the outside corner for a called strike. The Orem Tigers wearing the blue tops and the yellow, kind of with the yellow stripes there, as you can see on the sleeve of Parker Wollaston as he comes away for a ball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike the count as some of those darker clouds kind of working their way around us here at Brent Brown Ballpark. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, and that one sits right on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Sam Moore. Moore reached on an error back in the second inning and then came around to score. That one bounces in for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parker Wollaston got the start, and then Orem had somebody warming up in the bottom of the third inning, but we'll see there if that might, probably just if Wollaston gets knocked around some more as Sam Moore pops that one up down the right field line. Lamoureux a long run, and he won't get there as it will go foul right around the time it gets to the Maple Mountain bullpen. And it evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. As we get ready to go, Spanish Fork was supposed to play at 4:30, so in about 5 minutes from now. So if you're tuned in for the Spanish Fork game, that one will be coming up at the conclusion of this one. We're a little bit behind schedule today due to some weather concerns as that one swung on by Moore and hit to right. Coming in is Lamoureux. He'll get under it and he'll make the catch. And there's 1 out here in the 4th inning. They had to move 2 of the 5A games yesterday up at Kearns High School. Got rained out, so they had to move 2 games yesterday to Salt Lake Community College. So they were playing 3 games today up at Slick, and then they moved 1 of the 5A games here this morning between American Fork and Bingham. That pitch misses low for a ball to Andrew Wixom, 1 ball and no strikes. Wixom had an RBI single back in the second inning. So what that did was that pretty much pushed our schedule back here, and that one swung out and missed, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike on Wixom. So this game was originally scheduled for 1:30. It got underway right around 3:30 or so. The 1-1 pitch, Wixom swings, hits that ball hard to right field. Sending Lamoureux back, it's going to look up, and that ball is gone. A home run for Andrew Wixom. It's 6-3 Maple Mountain. The Golden Eagles playing some long ball today, their second home run of the ball game. That one to deep right center field, out towards the just right of the scoreboard as we'll check out the Car Guys instant replay. Wixom just hammers that ball out there. A little bit of breeze, but that one wasn't assisted very much by the wind. That was just straight up hit hard. So here's Cannon Miner with 1 away. He shows bunt but pulls it back and takes it for a call for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Jake Stainer was playing very deep at third base. Now he'll kind of play a little more even with the bag. Wollaston sets, kicks, and delivers. Breaking ball sits right on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Maple Mountain with 6 runs on 5 hits and 1 error on the day. The 1-1 pitch, the kick and the delivery comes. That one swung on by Miner, and that one should hit off the roof, and it does, and will roll foul. Be 1 ball and 2 strikes. The depth perception on where those balls are going to go from sitting right down the first baseline a little bit different than some of the other angles that have called games from here. That pitch swung on by Miner, hit hard down the left field line, but that's going to hook foul. And we'll do the 1-ball, 2-strike count. We do want to welcome our viewers today viewing this game on KSL.com or DeseretNews.com, where all the 4A state baseball tournament games have been on so far throughout the tournament. The 1-2 pitch on its way home. Breaking ball swung on. That ball is hit to center field. Coming in strong is Cade Young, and that ball is going to hang up just long enough for Young to slide and make the play. Cannon Miner got into that one pretty well. Cade Young playing just shallow enough to come in hard on that. There he just kind of lays out and ends up kind of rolling over sideways when he comes up with it. So with 2 outs, it's going to be Colton Hamilton. Hamilton had a single back in the first that hit into a fielder's choice in the second. Breaking ball in there at the knees for a called strike, and it snowballs in a strike on Colton Hamilton. Right-hander Parker Wollaston ready to go on the mound. And the 0-1 pitch. That one low on away ball 2, or ball 1 and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Colton Hamilton. Parker Wollaston set on the mound, will wind, kick, and deliver. That pitch low and away for a ball, or low and inside, I should say. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Top of the 4th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. 6-3 Maple Mountain on top. The delivery on its way. That pitch swung on by Colton Hamilton. That one's hit pretty well out to left center field. Cade Young going to come over, and he'll run it down in center field to end the inning. So Colton Hamilton goes the other way, but doesn't able to get it to go. But the big story in the 4th inning was Andrew Wixom. He got into this one and put it over the right field fence in right center to give the Golden Eagles a 6-3 lead over Orem at the 2015 Class 4A State Baseball Tournament on KSL. Here on Spanish Fork 17, KSL.com, and DeseretNews.com.
If you want to get ahead in this world, it all starts with a beautiful smile. Now you can smile with confidence, with straighter and whiter teeth. Say goodbye to that crooked smile and without those ugly braces. Gunderson Dental is the only certified practice in Utah Valley for the new CFAS process. It's nearly invisible, and it takes as few as 6 months, perfect for our adult lifestyles. Visit our website, excellencebychoice.net, and schedule your appointment today. Get the smile you want at Gunderson Dental in Payson.
Park. One thing you have to say, if you're Sawyer Baum, you have to be happy with the run support. You're getting a little bit of everything. He's gotten some timely base hits, some sacrifice flies in there, and some long ball. Home runs by Jaron Hall and Andrew Wixom right now as Gabe Maple Mountain has helped the Golden Eagles have a 6-3 lead. Maple Mountain has scored in every inning. But the Orem Tigers looking to try to respond. 6, 7, and 8, Hayden Young, Parker Wollaston, and Gavin Gray coming up. Baum, the left-hander, comes home, breaking ball. And that one's over for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Sawyer Baum, watching him pitch a couple of times throughout the season, he likes to go first pitch breaking ball. You'll see most pitchers will go with that first pitch fastball, but he'll change it up and go with the breaking pitch as that one misses low and away for a ball, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Baum, the right-hander, wears number 7. Kicks and delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one swung on, hit hard, but just kind of turned on it foul down into the Orem bullpen. The bullpens here at Brent Brown Ballpark, you saw the one down there, down the left field line. The other one sits down the right field line. They're both in play here. So you'll see some, especially in some of the more, maybe some of the bigger college parks and major league parks where they'll be like back out in left field or right field. And that breaking ball there swung out of this, strike 3. So Sawyer Baum goes back to the breaking ball and gets Hayden Young to go down on strikes. Baum's second strikeout of the day, the first out here of the 4th inning, and Sawyer Baum has gotten 5 in a row as Parker Wollaston, the pitcher, comes to the plate. Wollaston walked in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning, so he doesn't have an official at-bat of the day. 1 out, and the right-hander on the mound. Baum kicks and comes home. That pitch is going to miss high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to count. Bottom of the 4th inning, probably about a half-hour break in between ball games here. That pitch swung on and fouled away. Believe the plan is we'll go to regularly scheduled programming in between games, and then we'll come back, and I'm getting the nod. Let me know if that is all right to say. 1 ball and 1 strike. The kick and the delivery from Wollaston swung on and fouled back. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Parker Wollaston. Sawyer Baum has done a good job staying ahead of the hitters. Maybe a little bit of a shaky start for Baum, giving up the 3 runs in the first 2 innings of the ball game. Those 2 runs in the first 3 or 4 hitters able to find ways on base. That's going to be slowly grounded ball to third. Sam Moore barehands it, and he's going to just hold on to it. He would have had to have made a perfect throw. It would have been had to have been hard enough to first, and still I don't know if that would have been enough to get Wollaston. So the 5 straight out streak has been ended as Parker Wollaston will reach base, and now it brings up Gavin Gray. Gray on the day is 0 for 1. He flew out to Cannon Minor. Minor out there in left field playing maybe about 2 or 3 steps in front of the warning track in deep left center field. Not even left center field, but playing more towards that kind of left field line, you would say. So here's Gavin Gray. Gray stands in. The first pitch bounces in the dirt. Good block by Jake Maffey to keep it in front of him. Quickly getting back to the bag there was Parker Wollaston, as Wollaston was a little bit further off the bag, and Jake Maffey does have a good arm, and we've seen Maffey at times this year be willing to throw down to first and try to pick that runner off. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Gray stands back in, slightly open stance. And the pitch on its way, breaking ball just off the plate for a ball. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to count. Some of the more threatening clouds beginning to work their way around the Orem area as the sun peeks through. The 2-0 pitch swung on. That one's grounded to short. Could be 2. Poulsen to Hamilton. Hamilton bobbled the relay throw, and that cost him the double play as Gavin Gray hustling down the line gets on. So we'll see here how they want to rule that, if they might give Colton Hamilton an error, but that would be a very tough error call to make against Hamilton, as he just kind of had a hard time with the transfer, getting the ball out of his glove, and there will be no error on that, but Wollaston retired there on the fielder's choice. So what was a tailor-made double play ball, they do at least get the second out of the inning, and with 2 outs, Jake Stainer comes up. Stainer hit into a fielder's choice back in the second inning, and a breaking ball is going to come low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Running over at first, Gavin Gray gets his lead. Not a huge lead, but a conservative one. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Baum from the stretch comes home. That pitch blocked in the dirt there, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to count. Jake Maffey, I think, only let 1 ball get to the backstop in this one. The only downfall about that was the 1 ball that got by him ended up going for a run. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Baum looks from the stretch, takes a look over at first, and comes home. That pitch swung on and hit well to center field. Hall getting back in center field. He is under it. He'll reach up and make the catch, and the side is retired. So the single by Parker Wollaston doesn't come back to hurt Maple Mountain at the end of 4 from Brent Brown Ballpark. It's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 6, the Orem Tigers 3. You're watching high school baseball here on the Spanish Fort Community Network.
Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. Maple Creek provides care for those facing a life-limiting illness in the comfort of their own home.
Karma is a jewel. She was there on the floor with me when I went out, and she's got some very fine nurses, and I love them, all of them.
Maple Creek offers free consultation to anyone who may be facing a life-limiting illness.
Lunchtime is coming soon, but you only have 30 minutes to get there, eat, and get back. You'd better head to the dugout, quick. This isn't just fast food, it's good fast food. Our fresh salad bar will please your appetite for a healthy and quick meal. Fresh fruit, fresh toppings, fresh hot pizza, or home-styled sandwiches. Take it back to work with you or eat it right there. For lunch or dinner, the Dugout, it's a home run. The Dugout, next to the ballpark in Spanish Fork.
Top of the 6th inning, starting here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Maple Mountain 6, Orem 3, as this is an elimination game at the 2015 Class 4A State Tournament. We want to thank some of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring the MVP Sports MVP of the game. That will be coming up at the conclusion of our broadcast today. And our instant replays brought to you by the Car Guys. So we want to thank them for their support of high school sports here on the Spanish Fork Community Network. As right now the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles are on top 6-3. Jake Maffey will bat third here in the inning as the heart of the order, I guess you would say, for Maple Mountain. He'll be 2, 3, and 4 coming up against a new pitcher. The Orem Tigers will bring in shortstop Hayden Young to pitch. So Young will pitch. Brooks Ringer comes in, I believe, at shortstop, number 7. For Orem, I believe that is number 7 out there as Cade Poulsen stands in the box. We're ready to go for baseball. The kick and the delivery on its way to Cade Poulsen misses low. So the starter today, Parker Wollaston, goes 4 innings, gives up a couple of home runs on the day as a 1-0 pitch bounces right past Jake Herman, and the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Maple Mountain looking to try to really break this one open here. The 2-0 pitch on its way home. That one bounces in ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. If Spanish Fork loses, and hopefully, I mean, they take care of business against Mountain Crest, could be Maple Mountain Spanish Fork tomorrow afternoon. Rivalry baseball. The 3-0 pitch is over for a called strike, and it's 3-1 as Poulsen was taken all the way. That'd be a 1:30 first pitch here from Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. And the 3-1 pitch, the wind and the delivery comes home. Poulsen gets under this, kind of pops it up. Into the shallow outfield, trying to get there was the shortstop, Paxton Schultz, hurrying to cover second as taking a turn around first was Poulsen as Brooks Ringer, Fisher Hermanson both tried to get there. Nobody could, as we'll see there on the Car Guys instant replay. Not exactly the hardest hit baseball, just kind of popped straight up in the air, but a long run for Brooks Ringer and for Fisher Hermanson, and Paxton Schultz alertedly goes back to cover the bag. The second hit on the afternoon for Cade Poulsen. Here's Jaron Hall. Hall in his last at-bat in the third put one up on the left field berm for a solo home run. First pitch, he swings, hits that one well to center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Poulsen takes the turn. He's going to try to go to third. The relay throw will come in to Ringer at short. Poulsen slides into third, and Maple Mountain's got something going again. Runners on the corners, and nobody out. So again, that ball not the hardest hit ball by Hall, but just finds, I mean, it was hit pretty well off the bat, but just finds the one spot of kind of grass out there in center field. It didn't really go too far out of the infield, but now runners on the corners for Jake Maffey, and this is a position in which you have to think that head coach Gary Miner will give Jaron Hall the green light to try to take second base here. Hayden Young, the right-hander, kicks and delivers the first pitch. Maffey takes that one high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. And this is the position if you're the Orem Tigers, as you see kind of some of the clouds working their way around the ballpark here on Spanish Fork 17. If you're Orem, this is an opportunity that you really don't want this one to get too far out of hand. Hall goes, the 1-0 pitch, and they're not going to even have a play. Hall's there standing up as Jake Herman just held on to the baseball. Brooks Ringer and Fisher Hermanson got there to cover the bag, but by the time with the jump that Jaron Hall got, if that throw comes down, you have to like the idea that Cade Poulsen might be coming in to score. 2 balls and no strikes the count. The right-hander ready to go on the mound. Hayden Young kicks and delivers the 2-0 pitch. Maffey hits that one sky high out in the left field. Gavin Gray is going to get under it. Cade Poulsen's going to tag at third. Hall's going to tag at second. Everyone's going to move up. And coming in to score is Cade Poulsen. It's 7-3 Maple Mountain. the second sacrifice fly of the day for Jake Maffey. And Jaron Hall quickly as well, kind of expecting Gavin Gray's throw to come to the plate. Jaron Hall moves up 90 feet as well. Orem will bring the infield in. They're going to try to cut that run down at the plate if they have an opportunity here. And again, Mitch Holmes with another fly ball to the outfield can get that run home. Holmes has reached on an error and grounded out to short. But if he can just lift one high enough out to the outfield, he can get that run in. 1-0 pitch, ready to go. The wind and the delivery. Breaking ball stays high, ball 2. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to count. Running on at third base, Jaron Hall. 2 for 3 on the day. The pitch comes in. That one blocked. A very good job by Jake Herman to block that one in front of home plate. If that one gets by him, Jaron Hall scores, but now it's 3-0 on Mitch Holmes. Hayden Young hasn't, I don't want to make it sound like he struggled. He's just given up some hits, and they've just been hits that just have found ways to just have found the spot where the Orem Tigers aren't. 3 balls and no strikes to count. The kick and the delivery on its way home. That pitch right on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 3-1. So a very good hitter's count there as Mitch Holmes was taking all the way. Holmes a chance to get something good to hit here. The 3-1 pitch comes in. Holmes grounds that one. A diving stop at third by Stainer. His throw is high and over the head of Paxton Schultz. This time Holmes will easily take second base. He's going to make the turn and try for 3. Here comes the throw from Schultz. Is in on a hop underneath the tag, and safe is Mitch Holmes. It's 8-3 Maple Mountain. The 4th error of the afternoon for the Orem Tigers. This one is going to cost them 3 bases and a run. And that's the hard part there, is that's a routine ground ball out, but the throw gets up over the head of Paxton Schultz. And just from the angle here at first base, seeing him make that throw, about the time it got to the pitcher's mound, I thought that's going to be a little high. But I wasn't sure. I thought maybe Paxton Schultz could get up and get it, but that got up over them. And now Peyton Pond is actually going to come in and be the hurry-up runner at third base. So Mitch Holmes, after the last time where he had the throwing error and then got returned back to first, this time got all the way to third. Peyton Pond will run here at third base. So here's Tyson Ellis, 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. His other at-bat, he popped out to Fisher Hermanson. Still only 1 out. Hayden Young ready to go. From the stretch, kicks and delivers. That pitch low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Jake Herman here has to be very careful. He has to keep the pitches in front of him, because if one gets to the backstop, that will probably score Peyton Pond with his speed. The 1-0 pitch on its way. That one sits right on the outside corner, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Maple Mountain with 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, 1 run in the third and in the fourth, and then 2 more here in the 5th inning. The delivery on its way. That one blocks it, gets away. Pond puts his head down for home. The throw is high. Pond's underneath the tag. It's 9-3 Maple Mountain. The fundamentals, Jake Herman just did a nice job of trying to keep that one as close as he could, but there it just kind of skips away from him, and covering home was Hayden Young, but the throw came high up around Young's head, and Peyton Pond was able just to get in. So the bases are cleared, and the 2-1 pitch to Tyson Ellis is over for a called strike, and it's 2-2. Maple Mountain with a single by Polson, a single by Hall, sacrifice fly by Maffey. Holmes gets to third on the air, and then the pass ball or wild pitch brings home Peyton Pond. The 2-2 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And down on strikes is going to be Tyson Ellis as he goes down looking. Ellis had a complete game yesterday in the Maple Mountain win. Went 7 innings in the Golden Eagles victory over at Skyview Bobcats. So with 2 outs, here's third baseman Sam Moore. Moore's reached on an error and blown out to right. And the pitch on its way is high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Orem with more errors today than they have runs and hits. It's going to be hard to win a baseball game when you start getting that 4, 5, 6 error mark. Moore is going to ground that one to third. Stainer's there. His throw over to first pulls Schultz off the bag, but luckily Schultz able to apply the tag to end the inning. But the Golden Eagles once again have done some damage. They scored 3 runs here in the 5th and open this one up, heading to the bottom of the 5th inning at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. It's Maple Mountain 9 and the Orem Tigers 3. You're watching the Utah State Baseball Tournament here on Spanish Fork 17.
Here at Drockton and Bullion & Coin, we are here for all of your gold and silver needs. We sell silver rounds, highest quality, highest purity, and you don't have to worry about whether they're certified because they are. We also sell collectible gold coins, gold bullion, Morgan silver dollars, our specialty silver rounds like this baseball. Everything you could think about is available through Drockton, Bullion & Coin right here in Spanish Fork.
My name is Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. Maple Creek provides care for those facing a life-limiting illness in the comfort of their own home.
Karma is a jewel. She was there on the floor with me when I went out, and she's got some very fine nurses. And I love them, all of them.
Maple Creek offers free consultation to anyone who may be facing a life-limiting illness.
Bottom of the 5th inning, as you see the good turnout for the Maple Mountain crowd today, but also some Spanish Fork fans mixed in. The Spanish Fork baseball team, you can see them on your screen. They're getting ready. That game was supposed to start at 4:30, but some weather delays and Mother Nature had some other plans. Not that the weather's been bad today here at Brent Brown Ballpark. It was fine. Really wasn't any delay that we had here, as the first pitch to Fisher Hermanson is high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Hermanson. But it was a delay that actually happened up at Kearns High School at the 5A game, where it just kind of pushed everything back here. They have moved one of the 5A games down here, so that Spanish Fork game with a delayed start as Hermanson swings and misses. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. If I was to take a guess, I would say somewhere in that 6 to 6:30 range. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Hermanson. Hermanson 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. And that one's on the inside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-2. We'll keep you updated here on Spanish Fork 17 and let you know kind of as we have a better idea. In between games, what's likely to happen is they'll just have field prep time and then the infield for Spanish Fork and their opponent, the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and then we'll get just ready to go again. The 1-2 pitch, that one low and inside for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch was close there. Sawyer Baum almost put that one maybe a little bit higher. That might have been a called strike 3. So it'll be Fisher, Hermanson, Zach Lamoureux, Paxton Schultz, 1, 2, and 3 for Orem. The 2-2 pitch coming home. Swung on, popped up. That's going to go foul. It'll hit off the roof here at Brent Brown Ballpark. The roof starts kind of down the third base line up the end of the third base dugout. About the first, maybe 7 or 8 rows. And then it kind of goes all the way back around to the end of the third base dugout. The 2-2 pitch misses away, ball 3. And the count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Fisher Hermanson. Sawyer Baum set ready to go, kicks and delivers. And that pitch misses away, ball 4. And the leadoff man on again for Orem, the 3rd time today that Fisher Hermanson has found his way on, and now that brings up Zach Lamoureux. Lamoureux's reached on an error and grounded out to second base. Lamoureux will hit here from the left side, and a quick visit out to the mound will come the pitching coach for Maple Mountain. Mitch Holmes will play right there on the bag, as now the quick conference is over, maybe just going over with Sawyer Baum here, kind of what to go over here with Lamoureux, whether it's going to be breaking stuff or the fastball, just kind of maybe some of those ideas, probably what will be coming here. So working from the stretch is Sawyer Baum. Runner gets his lead over at first is Zach Lamoureux. Up the middle, double play depth, Sam Moore playing in. The Pitch on its way. That one hits on the inside corner for a called strike. And it's 0-1 the count here on Zach Lamoureux. Outfield, Cannon Miner, Jaron Hall, and Andrew Wixom playing it all pretty normal depth all the way around. Baum will turn on throw over. Diving back safely is Zach Lamoureux. Spanish Fork and Mountain Crest to follow us here on Spanish Fork 17. That will also be shown, of course, here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. That one throws over, and diving back safely is Fisher Hermanson. But right now it's Maple Mountain and Orem. And the Tigers right now need to get something going to keep their season alive. If not, Maple Mountain will live to survive another day. The 0-1 pitch is swung on, popped up. Down the third baseline. Long run for Cade Polson, and it's going to land. A fair ball down the line. Hermanson takes the turnaround second, and that's a good idea to hold as the throw from Cannon Miner in on a hop kind of kicks away from Sam Moore. And now a couple of men on for the Orem Tigers. We'll check that out here on the Car Guys Instant Replay. It just goes right down the left field line. If it hits on the line or on the right there, it's a fair ball. Maybe if we can maybe get that maybe one more time, just slow down there at the end. I don't know if that's possible or not. And our wonderful producer who puts up with all of my nice requests just smiles and nods at me, so he'll try to get that queued up. The reason being is it can be kind of hard to see, because if that ball hits on the left side of the line, then that should have been a strike. But at the end of the day, the replay doesn't ultimately matter, because then it would be, it's not going to change the call here, as we'll see. And it looks like to me that ball lands in fair play. Yeah, it looks like it lands right just barely on the other side of the line. Paxton Schultz swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Cannon Miner, this one's well in play. Cannon Miner gets there. He'll make the play for the first out of the fifth inning. So that will hold both Hermanson and also will hold Mitch, or not Mitch Holmes at first base, Hermanson and Lamoureux. So now it's going to bring up the catcher, Jake Herman. Herman has a sacrifice fly back in the first inning that brought home Zach Lamoureux. And then he also flew out to Andrew Wixom. Infield up the middle of Polson and Hamilton will play a double play depth. Holmes not going to hold the runner on at first as Baum takes a look at the runner at second and comes home. That one blocked in the dirt by Maffey, quickly popping up, looks Fisher Hermanson back to second base. Del Hermanson quickly just kind of looked back and saw that the throw might be coming down and scurried back to the bag. Some dark clouds building up behind us here out towards Utah Lake. But other than that, it's been a pretty nice day for baseball. 1-0 pitch. That one comes up, and that one misses high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Was told it was 64 degrees at first pitch. I think it might have maybe been a few degrees warmer, but just what I was told pregame. 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Herman. Runners get their lead, the 2-0 pitch, and that one misses ball 3, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to count. That's not Wes Childs, that is Colin Reed, number 30, beginning to throw down in the Maple Mountain bullpen. The 3-0 pitch ready to go. The delivery from Baum misses ball 4, and Orem loads the bases here in the 5th inning. So if you're the Orem Tigers and you're looking to try to get some runs back, at this point here, a chance to do so, and this will be a visit out to the mound, which means the day for our starting pitcher, Sawyer Baum, looks to be, and he will be coming to an end. So Sawyer Baum goes 4 1/3 innings, does a great job for Maple Mountain. He'll get a clapping ovation. His teammates immediately pop out of the dugout, and Maple Mountain will make a pitching change here on Spanish Fork 17. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll introduce you to the new pitcher for the Golden Eagles as Maple Mountain leads 9-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning at the 2015 Class 4A Utah State Baseball Tournament.
The story of MMF really begins on 9/11. That's when Marine Corps Systems Command asked a very important question of a group of doctors and research scientists. Is it possible to protect our men and women in uniform from the inside out? We do a great job at protecting our troops from bombs and bullets, but what about from all of those invisible threats that cause our men and women in uniform to be 4 times more likely to contract illness and disease? Organizations and skilled people working together ultimately availed us the creation of a supplement that in fact and indeed does protect the human body from the inside out. So when we discovered this, when we learned of MMF, learned of its existence, and learned what it does, we knew absolutely that we had something very special.
Back here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah, Colin Reed has right now getting his warm-up tosses in. The right-hander will not inherit an easy situation as the Orem Tigers have loaded the bases here. Let's just go over some of the other scores here as we bring you back here that have taken place so far in the state baseball tournament. Woods Cross defeating Bountiful earlier today. The couple other games that have gone final. Bingham eliminated American Fork today, 3-2. The Miners still alive in the 5A tournament. That one will come here to Brent Brown Ballpark, I believe, coming up on Thursday. Taylorsville eliminates West Jordan 10-3. Jordan defeats Northridge 7-0, and then the Beat Diggers eliminate Taylorsville 13-2. So standing in the box will be Cade Young. Bases loaded with 1 away. Colin Reed will come home. The right-hander delivers that one low and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes the count. Fisher Hermanson, the runner over at third. Running at second is Zach Lamoureux, and coming in to run at first base is James Kimmel, number 10, to run here for Jake Herman. Colin Reed, the right-hander, delivers the 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled straight back to the screen. It's 1-2. Brighton defeating Layton in 5A boys soccer. So it'll be Brighton against Alta in the 5A boys soccer state championship. And this other scores here, just to kind of let you know, the Springville Maple Mountain softball game, that's a state winners bracket game, 6:45 up at the Valley Complex. That one swung on and popped up, and that one's going to go foul. So that one will start at 6:45. Immediately following that at 8 o'clock will be Spanish Fork against Bountiful. So those games we don't have scores for. That's in the 4A state tournament up there at the Valley Complex. So throughout the night, if we can get those scores throughout our time here with you on this Tuesday evening, then we will let you know. But that's just kind of the scoreboard picture. We'll kind of update those throughout the night. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Cade Young. And the on-deck circle will be the pitcher, Hayden Young. Orem looking to try to see here, trailing by 6 if they can't get a run or 2 back. Colin Reed, the right-hander, looks into Jake Maffey. Has Cade Young down in the count 1-2, looking for the strikeout. The kick of the delivery comes home. That one misses, ball 2. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Holmes not holding the runner on, so Kimmel at first base can get a big lead for Orem. And he's taking advantage of that lead. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Polson and Hamilton at double play depth. Looking for the ground ball is Reed. That one swung on, popped up. Maffey going to give it a look, and it is going to go into about maybe the 6th row of fans here. Hits right in front of not too far from us down here, and the ball will be thrown back here as last year here during one of the Spanish Fork games that I was doing, right where I'm sitting, there's a pole that sits right behind me, and I'm just far enough away from that netting where if a line drive comes, it's not going to hit the net. It's just kind of free game. And I'm just sitting here broadcasting the game, and I forget who it was, but right off the bat, the ball came and hit right off the pole right above me. Told myself next year I'm bringing the glove, and that one missed away, ball 3, and it's 3-2. And what I do, forget the glove at home this year again. So hopefully the hitters are a little more kind and don't send a foul ball my way today. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Ready to go, Colin Reed working from the stretch. Looks into the sign, and the 3-2 pitch is inside, ball 4. That walking a run, and it's a 9-4 lead for Maple Mountain as the first run comes in for the Orem Tigers here in the 5th. Credit Cade Young there with an RBI on the walk. As Jake Maffey, Cade Polson come in to have a quick word with Colin Reed as Hayden Young comes to the plate. Hayden Young today has flown out to center field, hit a fly ball back in the first inning to Jaron Hall to end the first, and then he went down on strikes back in the 4th. Zach Lamoureux, Kimmel, and now Cade Young on the base pass for the Orem Tigers, tying run in the on-deck circle. And the first pitch is over for a called strike. Brooks Ringer is the guy in the on-deck circle hitting in Parker Wollaston's spot. No balls and a strike to count here on Hayden Young. Colin Reed here working from the stretch. Gets the glove right next to him and now throws. That pitch swung on and lined into the gap. This could clear the bases. 1 run will score. Kimmel right behind him. Dropping the ball out there in left field. That will clear the bases. Coming in to score is Cade Young, and all of a sudden it is a 9-7 game here at Brent Brown Ballpark, and the tying run coming to the plate as that ball was absolutely crushed off the bat of Hayden Young. That ball cleared the bases there as that ball just crushed out into the gap. As we'll take a look at the Car Guys instant replay as Colin Reed just leaves one over the plate, and that ball was hit well. Jaron Hall just kind of slipped out there on the grass in the warning track, and when that happened, all 3 runs were able to score. Lamoureux, Kimmel, and Cade Young. So a 3 RBI double for Hayden Young brings up now Brooks Ringer, and the first pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ringer came in back when Wollaston was removed from the game in the top half of the inning. The 1-0 pitch coming, and that one swung on and fouled away by Ringer. Ball almost got in between the netting, but it will take a roll back behind home plate. 9-7 game, plenty of runs. If you like offense, this is your kind of a ball game. If you prefer pitching, not so much your game. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Colin Reed here working from the stretch once again with the runner on at second base. Checks the runner, comes home, and that one just misses inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Some action beginning now down in the bullpen for Maple Mountain. Wes Childs will begin to throw down here as Brooks Ringer represents the tying run for Orem. Orem with 7 runs on 6 hits. Reed set from the stretch, comes in, and that one right over the middle of the plate for a called strike will even the count up at 2-2. Getting his lead out at second base, Hayden Young. Young with good speed on a base hit could score. The 2-2 pitch. That ball swung on, hit to right. Wixom's going to get sprinting over to right, but that one's going to go foul and roll there into the corner. And it will be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brooks Ringer stepping in. We've seen him as a pinch runner the last couple of days, but has stepped in here to play in at the shortstop position. He'll call time and step out here. 9-7 lead Maple Mountain, bottom of the 5th inning. Scheduled to play 7 here. Spanish Fork, the start time of that one delayed as Spanish Fork plays Mountain Crest. Pitch on its way, misses low, ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Brooks Ringer. Gavin Gray in the on-deck circle, who's 0 for 2 on the ballgame. Colin Reed working here from the stretch. Takes a look at second. and comes home. That pitch swung on and fouled back and fouled away, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch. The runner out at second base, Hayden Young, can't really take off because even in this case, if it's a ball, then it's a live runner, and so they could throw out a potential base runner here. So that's why a lot of times you'll see the coaches send the base runner. If he was on first base, then yeah, you might see Orem take the chance and send it. 3-2 pitch on its way. That ball swung on, kind of popped up. Sam Moore's there. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 outs here in the 5th. So after a very long at-bat, Colin Reed gets his first out here, and now that brings up Gavin Gray. And it's kind of hard in a sense because if Colin Reed comes in with nobody on and gives up that double, then it doesn't really look as, I think bad in the scorebook, and probably won't look quite as bad in the scorebook as it does here right now, just looking up and seeing that 4 spot, because he came in with the bases loaded and 1 away. And then the first hitter he faced, Hayden Young, has a 3 RBI double. And Reed comes home, and that pitch swung on, popped up. And Reed's looking to get out of it. Colton Hamilton will help him out with that. And the 5th inning comes to an end. The Orem Tigers, though, do some damage. They get 4 back here in the 5th. At the end of 5 from Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, it's Maple Mountain 9 and Orem 7. You're watching the 2015 Class 4A Utah State Baseball Tournament, where the pop-up there ends the 5th inning for Colin Reed and Maple Mountain.
If you want to get ahead in this world, it all starts with a beautiful smile. Now you can smile with confidence, with straighter and whiter teeth. Say goodbye to that crooked smile and without those ugly braces. Gunderson Dental is the only certified practice in Utah Valley for the new CPAS process. It's nearly invisible, and it takes as few as 6 months, perfect for our adult lifestyles. Visit our website, excellencebychoice.net, and schedule your appointment today. Get the smile you want at Gunderson Dental in Payson.
At Curves, we know there's a part of you that's unshakable, another part that's unbelievable, and so many parts that are unstoppable. You've inspired us to add exciting new classes to our one-of-a-kind circuit. From classes that target your core, balance, and flexibility, to Jillian Michaels' total body workouts, the new Curves strengthens every part of every woman. Curves, strengthening women inside and out. Join today for 50% off our enrollment fee. Visit curves.com for details.
Top of the 6th inning, starting here at Brent Brown Ballpark. 9-7 lead for Maple Mountain. We want to thank our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible here on Spanish Fork 17. We'd like to thank MVP Sports for the MVP of the game, which will be named at the conclusion of today's broadcast, and also thank the Car Guys for sponsoring our Car Guys Instant Replay. And the pitch comes away with a fastball to Andrew Wixom, and it's 1 ball and no strikes, as Hayden Young provided the 3-run double. Now we'll try to keep the Golden Eagles off the scoreboard as the 1-0 pitch comes home, and that one bounces in for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Andrew Wixom, back in the 4th, hit a home run just to the right of the scoreboard that gets out into one of the more deeper parts of Brent Brown Ballpark on a day when there's not a ton of wind that's really going to help carry the baseball. That was just an absolute ball that was crushed as that one got in there called strike, and it's 2 balls and a strike. It will be Wixom, Minor, and Hamilton, 8, 9, and 1 coming up. And the 2-1 pitch comes in, swung on and missed, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wixom there took a big cut and just couldn't quite make contact with it. As a very packed house coming in as Spanish Fork fans make their way in, Mountain Crest fans as well. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on by Wixom, and that one's going to hold up just long enough for Brooks Ringer to run it down for the first out of the 6th inning. Not a very hard hit ball off the bat, just kind of lined out, and Brooks Ringer was able to run it down, throw his glove up, and he made the catch. So with 1 out, it's going to bring up Cannon Minor. Minor with a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning to bring one of the 2 Golden Eagle runs home, and then he flew out to center. This time he tries to bunt and fouls it away. That one will roll off the screen and will end up going to about the 8th row. as they'll get that baseball returned here to the dugout and get it back into use. No balls and 1 strike. We'll see if Miner tries to bunt again. Wouldn't be surprised with Jake Stainer playing back at the bag. Miner with excellent speed takes the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Wes Childs has sat down in the Maple Mountain bullpen, so it doesn't look like he's going to continue to throw. The 0-2 pitch on the outside corner, and Cannon Miner looks at called strike 3, the second strikeout for Hayden Young. And with 2 outs in the 6th inning, back to the top of the lineup in Colton Hamilton. Hamilton has a single and a run scored back in the 1st inning, a fielder's choice in the 2nd, and a fly out to center field back in the 4th inning. Hamilton stands in from the left side, sees the first pitch, low and away as it kicks off the glove there of Herman and goes back to the backstop. It'd be 1-0. Cade Polson in the on-deck circle as begins to get a little more chilly at the ballpark. The 1-0 pitch, that one just misses off the plate, ball 2, 2-0. Looks like a rainstorm could be heading our way. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully we can. Yesterday, Maple Mountain having inning. Hamilton swings, hits that ball to center field. Going back on it, getting there, and making the play in center field is Cade Young, and the 6th inning comes to an end. So Maple Mountain goes 1-2-3. The Orem Tigers have the momentum. They scored 4 in the 5th. We'll see what they do in the 6th after the break. Colin Reed heads back out here on Spanish Fork 17.
Free radical production caused by oxidative stress. It's an issue that leads to a host of human health conditions. Just as a lead pipe left out in the rain over time will oxidize or rust, we human beings are aging and rusting because of free radicals. Free radicals attack cells, proteins in cells, lipids and membranes, and even DNA. In fact, DNA is attacked very early in the process. Engage Global. Abundance in health, abundance in life.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Mitch Holmes and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles trying to hold on to this one as they head into the bottom of the 6th inning. Colin Reed back out to begin here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and he will have to face 9-1-2 Jake Stainer, Fisher, Hermanson, and Zach Lamoureux. Hermanson's been on 3 times today. Lamoureux and Hermanson at the top of the Orem lineup's been able to start a lot of trouble today against the Golden Eagles. So Colin Reed will go back and get ready to go here. Jake Maffey will quickly have a word with his right-hander as Wes Childs and now another right-hander getting loose down there. Tyson Ellis, number 15, beginning to throw. Ellis threw 7 complete game yesterday, so maybe he'd be available for an inning of work here tonight. If things got a little interesting here for Maple Mountain, of course, trying to keep your season alive and still have an opportunity to play baseball tomorrow, as it looks like another rain shower might be beginning to come down here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Some umbrellas beginning to come out here as Colin Reed delivers a first pitch called strike to Jake Stainer. Yesterday, Maple Mountain got through 6, was 3 outs away from defeating Skyview, and then all of a sudden the rain came and we had that lightning delay. The 0-1 pitch, that one coming on the inside corner. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So after the delay, Maple Mountain had to come and finish the ball game. So hopefully here we can at least finish this one up. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Reed looks in, got the hand behind his back. The ball behind his back here is now he stepping out, calling time was Stainer. In fact, that's not Stainer. I'm sorry, that's number 4 for Orem. That is Kevin Balzer, number 4, pinch hitting. So Balzer pinch hitting here for Stainer, and he's got a 2-1 count on him. 2 balls and a strike here on Balzer. Balzer with that open stance. Fisher Hermanson getting loose in the on-deck circle. 2 balls and a strike. Colin Reed set, looks into Maffey, and delivers home the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting ready to go on the mound is Colin Reed. Reed with that nice breaking ball in the last pitch, looking to try to get something similar here. The 2-2 pitch, low and away, ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit more up, and that would have probably been a called strike 3, but that one coming in just below the knees. Reed set, ready to go from the stretch, kicks and comes home, and Balzer swings and pops it up. Miner going back. He's going to get under it around the warning track and make the catch for out number 1. So now back to the top of the lineup, and Fisher Hermanson. Hermanson with 2 singles on the day, and then he walked in the 5th inning and came around to score. And now we're going to visit out to the mound here, as it's Ellis and I believe that's Wes Childs in the bullpen. So we'll see here if they take the baseball from Tyson Ellis or from Colin Reed here. No action yet, and now they have taken the baseball from him. Signaled into the bullpen here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out. We'll take a break. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher after the break. It looks to be Wes Childs for the Golden Eagles. It's 9-7 Maple Mountain as the Golden Eagles look to advance to play one more day tomorrow.
Nutrient formulation, or MMF, is a unique proprietary blend of important antioxidant micronutrients and key minerals to conform to the CQF format. Basically what that means is we have uniquely combined endogenous antioxidants, the kind that the body makes, with dietary antioxidants, those that you get from the diet, and importantly, glutathione elevating agents. Glutathione is your body's most important internal antioxidant. What we've been able to do is combine these in the right dose, the right ratio, the right isoform, and with the proper dose schedule to give you the best biologically available and best biologically effective product. And that's why we get the excellent results that we get with MMF.
Life, Medicare, and health insurance can certainly be a confusing mess. At the Health Insurance Center, we will help you understand your options and provide for you the highest quality plans available, along with some of the lowest rates in the state. We want to create long-lasting relationships, so you will always know the best options for your changing health care needs. Contact John at 801-400-6473 or visit our website for more information.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. A pitching change made there as the Maple Mountain pitching coach makes his way back to the dugout as he stayed out there with Wes Childs as he did his warm-up tosses. And now Wes Childs, number 19, will come in to take over and try to shut the door here on the Orem Tigers as he needs the next 5 outs to do so. Here's Fisher Hermanson. Hermanson with 2 singles and a walk as it has gotten chilly out at the ballpark, I guess you could say. Jackets beginning to come on. Wind beginning to pick up. A storm system moving off Utah Lake. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Hermanson. That one in there at a called strike, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. 9-7 Maple Mountain, bottom of the 6th inning. Thank you for tuning in with us here on Spanish Fork 17. If you're tuning in for the Spanish Fork Dons baseball game, that will be coming up after this one. The Dons against Mountain Crest. That one swung on and fouled away. Some weather delays have made some things kind of interesting here for the state tournaments. Not just here at Brent Brown Ballpark, where we've had two delays so far. We had the 1 delay yesterday in the Maple Mountain game, a game that was right here on Spanish Fork 17, where we had the lightning delay that delayed the game for, half hour, 45 minutes. But then we had a delay last night that came in the Bountiful Skyline game. The 1-2 pitch, that one bounces in for a ball, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. That delay, they got into about the middle of the 5th inning, and then Skyline actually loaded the bases against the Bountiful Braves, and then all of a sudden the rain has been coming down for a good half hour, and the umpires threw their hands up in the air, and they called the game. They moved it to, when they called the game, they then tarped the field, and we waited it out. The 2-2 pitch, that ball grounded to short. Cade Polson's there, he bobbles it, and Fisher Hermanson's going to reach. And that's unlike Cade Polson. Typically, that ball is hit to him. He handles it pretty well, but there he is, just kind of bobbles the baseball, and now Fisher Hermanson's aboard for the 4th time today, and Zach Lamoureux, the tying run, coming to the plate here for Orem. It's a ground ball there, as we see on the Car Guys instant replay. Just hit right to Cade Polson. Ball just hits him right in the glove. He just bobbles it. Sometimes maybe you'll see Cade Polson maybe make a bad throw or something like that, or not at the most accurate, but typically he doesn't do that as the pitch comes over for a called ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count. I was talking with our producer, but in between while the pitching change was in place, and there's a big storm system making their way over, and I keep looking at it. All of a sudden I kind of see it's moving off Utah Lake over towards the Wasatch Front. So, I'm sorry, Andy, but looks like it's moving right over the ballpark here. 1 ball and no strikes to count here on Lamoureux. The runner goes, the pitch out. There's the throw from Maffey on a hop into Hamilton. He got the tag down on Hermanson. Hermanson's explaining that he got underneath the tag when the ball came in, but Jake Maffey made a great throw down to second base in time, and with 2 outs, now Zach Lamoureux comes up. So a big stolen base opportunity there for Orem, and a great throwdown from Maffey that just came up. The tag. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, Lamoureux, 1 hops that one. Polson, that one took a bad hop on Cade as it goes into left field. That ball was hit sharply. I mean, I don't think you can fault Cade Polson for not coming up with that one, as Zach Lamoureux hit that ball hard for his 2nd hit of the ball game. And now that's going to bring up Paxton Schultz. Schultz had an RBI double in the first, a fly out to the first baseman, Mitch Holmes, and then he flew out to left. As Wes Childs will get ready, the lights coming on here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. Paxton Schultz having a quick word with his coach down the line as he gets ready to step in. Schultz can tie this ball game with 1 swing of the bat. He's got some very good power, so he'll look here to see. The hard part in a situation like this, when you do have that kind of power, you want to obviously tie the game with 1 swing of the bat, but then you can kind of overswing. Zach Lamoureux, the runner over at first base with 2 down. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 2-run ball game, tying run at the plate. Wes Childs comes home. The first pitch blocked in the dirt by Maffey. It's 1 ball and no strikes to the count. Childs wearing number 19, coming set on the mound. Ready to go, the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back, and we'll do another 1-1 pitch. 9-7 Maple Mountain. Bottom of the 6th inning. Golden Eagles looking to advance to play tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. And another elimination game. If they win that, they'd have to play again at 7 o'clock. The 1-1 pitch swung on, popped up. That ball is fouled away. You get that first loss in the state tournament. The only way to keep your season going is to keep winning. One team will have to do that all the way through the bracket to get to the state championship game. Of course, tonight we actually have the teams that haven't lost yet. They're playing in those 1-loss games. The 1-1 pitch on the inside corner for ball 2. And it's 2 balls and a strike. It'll be Spanish Fork and Mountain Crest, the game to follow. And then after that, who knows what time the late game's actually going to start. It was scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. But at this point, that's not going to happen, and so we'll see what time that game starts. That one swung on and fouled away. That will be Timpanogos, the Timberwolves, the team that we saw here on Spanish Fork 17 way back in March. In fact, I think it was March 17th when Maple Mountain made the trip there to Orem to take on Timpanogos. And they'll take on another team the Golden Eagles have seen a couple of times, the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Pickoff move, diving back over to first, and Lamoureux just gets back. Colton Hamilton was heading off the base pass. Hamilton just barely, or sorry, it was Lamoureux just barely got underneath that tag from Mitch Holmes. Wes Childs with that quick move, but then also Mitch Holmes very good at quickly applying that tag. Jake Maffey will go out and have a quick conversation with Wes Childs here. As it gets dark at the ballpark here. 9-7 game, Maple Mountain on top. Thank you for joining us here on Spanish Fork 17 as we have the first of 2 games here today as both Spanish Fork schools, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Spanish Fork Dons will be in action tonight. We also thank our viewers as well for tuning in via KSL.com and DeseretNews.com today. If you're watching throughout the state of Utah, 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch comes in, and he gets Schultz to swing and miss. The first strikeout for Wes Childs, and the 6th inning comes to an end. We head to the 7th here in Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles will look for a run or 2 of insurance after the break, where they lead 9-7 on the Orem Tigers here on Spanish Fork 17.
My name is Karma Karsten, the owner of Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. Hospice is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, weekends, holidays. Maple Creek's responsibilities are
to get down to second, but the error on Orem there really kind of hurts the Tigers, because now it puts another run 90 feet away from scoring, and it just kind of makes it a bigger hole for you to kind of dig yourself out of if you're Orem in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-0 pitch on its way to Sam Moore, and that one sits right off the plate for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to count on Sam Moore. Andrew Wixom in the on-deck circle if Moore should reach to keep the inning going for Maple Mountain. The 2-0 pitch, that one's right on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Maple Mountain wearing their maroon top that has the M there as you see, and then it says baseball across the top, kind of going through that M. 2 balls and a strike to count, and the 2-1 pitch on its way bounces in there, ball 3, and the count moves to 3 balls and a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to count as Sam Moore stands in, ready to go. The 3-1 pitch is swung on by Moore and hit out to right field. Going back there, Cade Young ranging over, reaches up, and he makes the play. And the top of the 7th comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. The Orem Tigers need 4 to tie. They need 5 to win. We'll see if Orem's season will come to an end after the break here on Spanish Fork 17.
Are you coming to my game today?
I have a dentist appointment. I'll try and make it.
At Gunderson Dental, we know you are busy. Family, work, friends, and everything else in your life makes it hard to make time for dental work. Dr. Gunderson and his friendly staff will help you keep on schedule so you can do those things that really matter. Same-day treatment gets more work done with fewer visits and less time. Let us help you feel and look better faster. Be there for the important moments. Call us today at Gunderson Dental in Payson.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah, where right now it's the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 11, the Orem Tigers 7. The Tigers need 4 runs here to keep this ball game going to an 8th inning, as Jake Herman, Cade Young, and Hayden Young, 4, 5, and 6, will come up to bat here against the right-handed pitcher, Wes Childs, who will try to close this one out in the rain for Maple Mountain. First pitch is low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Have to admit, I think I'm getting a taste of my own medicine. A few weeks ago, or probably maybe a little over a month ago, I was doing a game for the Spanish Fork Dons, who were playing a home game. That ball grounded past the diving third baseman. That's going to get all the way into the corner. Cannon Miner quickly cuts it off. That's going to hold they're the runner to a single is Jake Herman, and he's on in the 7th inning. The reason why I say I'm getting a piece of my own medicine is some of the staff that was with me gave me a hard time. Well, you get to be in a nice press box. We get to brave the conditions. Well, now I'm getting a little wet too. So, so I guess what goes around comes around here is now with one out, Cade Young comes up to the plate. Wes Childs ready to go, delivers the first pitch. That one swung on, grounded to third. Sam Moore goes to Hamilton for one. He gets completely tripped up. And we'll see here. They're gonna call the runner out at second base. We'll see if Coach Gary Miner makes the complaint that because of that, they prevented the throw down from first. He doesn't look to be he doesn't seem to be talking about it, but just kind of going out making sure Colton Hamilton's okay, as he really just got almost slide tackled there. No almost about it here, and Orem's coach having a quick word. We'll see, but right there, a good play from Sam Moore. Colton Hamilton just gets completely just tripped up there on that slide, and there was no way he could make the throw, but I think what they're going to do is just make sure Coach Gary Miner out there making sure he's okay. And just kind of an explanation as to see here what's going to go on. They're going to call the runner at first safe. So Gary Miner did make the idea that, hey, did that slide prevent the throw? And coming down the line, Cade Young was there pretty quick. So I don't even know. I don't think the slide prevented it, because I think if the throw comes over, everybody's safe anyway. So Cade Young gets on the fielder's choice. Jake Herman retired for the first out of the inning, and now Hayden Young comes to the plate. Young had the 3-run double that brought home the 3 Tigers, 3 of the 4 runs in the 5th inning. Wes Childs going to work, and the pitch is going to be swung on, grounded to Polson. This could be 2 in the ball game. Hamilton for 1, the throw to first, in time for the double play, and this ball game is over. A 6-4-3 double play turn ends the ball game, and the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles survive another day. The Golden Eagles will move into a game tomorrow at 1:30 here at Brent Brown Ballpark, where they will get the loser of Mountain Crest Spanish Fork. That's right, we could have rivalry baseball coming up tomorrow. We're going to take a quick break here on Spanish Fork 17. We'll bring it back then for postgame. I will just do a quick wrap up in between ball games here as the rain really starts to come down here at Brent Brown Ballpark here in Orem, Utah. So we'll take a quick break here. The final score, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles 11, the Orem Tigers 7. You're watching the 2015 Class 4A Utah State Baseball Tournament on Spanish Fork 17.
Auto, home, commercial, and so much more.
Both my car and my home are covered by American Family, and I love the savings.
I couldn't be happier with the way I've been treated by Tim at American Family Insurance. I'm not just a number, I'm Jack.
Tim Shanto in Spanish Fork has received the Distinguished Agency Award for the past 7 years for his level of customer service.
Let my family help your family. Save money on your insurance needs.
American Family Insurance.
Park, where the rain has come and it has poured, and in a sense, you see on like the Weather Channel and that they start doing these live broadcasts out in the rain. Well, it's not a hurricane, but I kind of feel like that here as we get ready to go here. And as we get ready to go, great to be with everybody here today as we get ready for playoff baseball. And the great thing about it, the tarp is getting ready to come out the field. Maple Mountain, and it looks like Spanish Fork together is going to tarp the field here at Brent Brown Ballpark. So the Spanish Fork game probably not going to start on time here. We're probably going to have a little bit of a delay here. But Maple Mountain able to come out on top 11-7 over the Orem Tigers. The Golden Eagles able to score early and often, scoring 2 runs in the first and in the second. They would add 3 runs in the 5th inning and then 2 more in the 7th inning. They would have home runs hit by Andrew Wixom and Jaron Hall today. Hall with multiple hits for Maple Mountain, I believe here. I'll check. Pardon me for looking down on my scorebook here, but Jaron Hall having 3 hits for Maple Mountain on the day. And Jaron Hall is today's MVP Sports MVP player of the game, as with his performance, that home run that came back in the third inning, just an absolute shot to kind of help get the scoring started for Maple Mountain as the Golden Eagles come out on top 11-7. So we're going to send it away here from Brent Brown Ballpark. I got to go run and get my coat. And right now, as it rains here at Brent Brown Ballpark, we're going to send it back to regular programming here on Spanish Fork 17. As you can see right now, the tarp coming onto the field. They got it on pretty quick here, and then we'll just kind of wait and see when we're going to have baseball here from Brent Brown Ballpark. 11-7, it will be Maple Mountain. It will be Maple Mountain moving into play tomorrow at 1:30. They'll get the loser of the next game, the Spanish Fork Dons and the Mountain Crest Mustangs. That one coming up right here on Spanish Fork 17. Also coming up as well on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. For our entire crew here for KSL and Deseret News and Spanish Fork Community Network, I'm Ryan Pickens signing off for now from Brent Brown Ballpark, where Maple Mountain was victorious 11-7 over the Orem Tigers.